It's intriguing what a dream can show us about ourselves, abstracted into a bite-sized spoon of comprehension focusing only on its flavor. The feeling it conveys raw, and any abstract thing connected to it. The beauty of waking up from a dream, puzzled to why we'd dream such a thing, but at least being left with some puzzle pieces to begin forming an image. With these pieces, you can try to continue the path of the initial image through free association. Anything that comes to mind, without judgment of how it fits explored creatively. If you achieve lucidity, but allow the dream to lead itself and follow along, you manage to remember more. You can spend a bit longer looking at something abstract and really feel it. But who I was in the dream felt a bit removed from myself. My body was moving, but I was just seeing. It made me want to explore a character design based around the dreamer. Thus, the project of Lukkøye was born. While growing up, whenever I woke up with eye boogers, my father would say, "It's a sign Lukkøye has visited you in your dream. It is residue of his hand used to put you to sleep." So I imagined her as an entity of the family of Lukkøye, but rather than a dream creator, I imagined her as a dream catcher. Someone who has to dance within the sandy dunes of the realm in between until they feel a dream in their step. I based her on my pajamas first, then explored design elements akin to a purple Dreamcatcher that watched over me for many years. At this stage, I'd yet to feel confident in her design, but I did not want to put pressure on myself to be efficient. And while not every sketch felt like it was making progress towards the design, it was making progress towards a healthier mindset towards creation. I was simply getting a feel for the design, the motion, and if it will fit with the emotion of lucid dreaming. Sometimes there would be weeks between some sketches, leaving it to simmer in the back of my mind. But I was beginning to really enjoy the frills moving when she danced and incorporated that uncanny facelessness you see in dreams. I even flirted with themes of shibari, as while I would enjoy lucid dreaming, I would not control it and rather let it control me. I introduced the sand coming from her hands as if she's made from it, one and the same with the dreams in which she venture. But the design did not yet feel final, so I explored further to see what would come. I wanted to be a bit more precise with my decisions behind her crocheted clothing. And with color, I worked on the balance between skin and fabric. It is now weeks later. I'd shelved this project for a while as I was working on some other things. However, the break made me grow more determined, and I was adamant to finish it once and for all. I ended up keeping her face exposed to show her eyes closed, a sleeping beauty. And I really love the wings folded to frame her face. It's these wings she uses to fly between dream realms. The shape of the poncho is subtly reminiscent of an umbrella, as a nod to the stories of Ole Lukkøye and his two umbrellas. For the colors, I wanted to keep the focus to her face, with the secondary focus being on her headpiece, and thirdly on her poncho. And I did so by keeping the wings dark in value, so the highest contrast would be around her face, and keeping the white of the hair a brighter value than the white of the poncho, And to aid with keeping the focal around her face, the bodysuit would be a darker value. I then gave the bodysuit a shinier feel towards blue to help rotate the blue used in the wings, and also blend it in more with the skin. And to put her in context, I did a cheeky photo bash to put her in the sandy dunes in between dreams. At this stage, I was just enjoying myself by doing some more artistic callouts of some of her design elements. She is made of the sand, almost as she has willed herself into being. And I explored what she would look like with the wings spread out. Lastly, I played around with the narrative of each bead being a nightmare in her web, from dreams she is caught. And then, it was just a matter of applying her design and the colors to the sheet itself. I received a rig-based human from a friend and posed her in Blender. And then the fabric was added with a plane and an alpha texture of the crocheted fractal pattern, and I got a sand material from Bridge to create the dunes. The first steps after the 3D blockout was to apply her design elements. And I added some sand to create a sense of motion. It was important to capture her movement and dance. And that's the bold strokes. All left now is to settle it all into the scene, so it all blends together seamlessly. The tweaks at this stage are so small that I will speed it up a lot. I mostly went over a lot of the 3D blockout with a bit of a gritty brush.